Hello, everyone, and welcome to another fantastic stream of RSC. Today, we have the challengers going head to head on the play ins. I'm very happy to be one of the people on the desk with you. My name is Liquid Sight, and I'm very fortunate to be joined with is it Big Chebs or Big Chebez? What do you like to go by here?
It's Big Chebs. I've been on this stream now for I think 3 days in a row. We've done all of the bits this week. We've been keeping up with the prospect play-ins. We've been keeping up with the challenger play-ins. I'm very excited to be here for the final day of play-ins before we get into those playoff brackets on Saturday and Sunday. But for now, we're here in challenger, and we are down in the play-ins bracket with Mischiefs versus Orcus. And two teams pretty similar ratings wise, but going to be a tight one nonetheless.
I'm definitely looking forward to this. Plans is always very exciting because it's really the last ditch effort for a team to get to the playoffs. Where even though the grind was the season, you had a series of 4 games, and now you have another grind of the play-ins. I mean, it's your last chance to get out of these positions and get into those playoffs, but it doesn't stop there. So today we're starting, like you said, with Mischief and Orcus, and both teams are have to go to the distance. There is no reset. You have to go, and these are no longer a series. This is a best of. This is the best of 5. So as you see up there, we showing the stats there. I'm going to throw my hat in for Orcus. They're the better seed, but really what really caught my eye this time by looking through the stats and the players was the goal differential. Orcus has only a minus 17 goal differential compared to Mischief, which is minus 33.
Yeah, big differences there in the goal difference. One thing that steps out to me as well with the goals is the amount of goals that Orcus have scored and conceded. They've scored lots and lots more, but also conceded lots. So definitely an aggressive team. Looking at the player stats, however, the players that in my opinion, we're looking at is Red Ren coming in midway through the season for Orcus and picking up a almost 70% win rate. So definitely someone to keep an eye on, a bit of a game changer for Orcus' season.
And this is huge. At the challenger level, we really start to see a lot of high level play starting to develop. There's a little bit more passing going on. Those solo mechanics still come out and shine and make space. So it's really going to be seeing an exciting time to see how these teams flesh out. And not only, again, I'm going to remind everyone that's watching that the winner of this matchup has to continue to play today against a higher seed. So really, whatever you see today is just going to get better as the day progresses.
Yeah, definitely. But it also means that team that doesn't make it through this series does end up dropping out, and their season ends here. So, um, yeah, I mean, you've already Morp's made it very easy for us. We've already got our predictions on the screen. Both me and Sight, we're back in Orcus in this one, but it's completely up to Mischief if they're going to have some answer to that. I think it's all on Spongy. I think he's quite a mechanical player coming up from Prospect last season. I think maybe player of the season. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think had a very good season in Prospect. Came up to Chally and has proved himself. He's made it to play in straight away. So definitely the one to keep an eye on for Mischief in Illusory. And yeah, that's my idea is that if Spongy shows up, Mischief can do something. But I think Orcus have got this one.
That's a fair prediction. I threw in, as I mentioned, just 3-0. Not yesterday, but the last time I casted, I believe, was on Tuesday. It was the prospect play-ins, and I had thrown in a 3-2 for Pantera, I believe it was, and absolutely was wrong 100% on that one. And I remember the goal differential standing out to me at that point in time as well. So I think we should probably get cracking here. I'm not sure if all the team players are in. We should probably give them the go sign and really let the players start to play. That's what everyone came here to see, not so much you and me talk through the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, players are in the lobby, and I think they're ready to go, hitting the pitch straight away. And Yeah, it's going to be a very, very tight game, as I mentioned, the players I'm looking out for, but everyone on this pitch has proved themselves this season. They've made it to play-ins, they've made it into that top 6, so it's going to be a tight game as Phoenix and a Wolf get us underway, and I'm just looking forward to some more challenger play-ins.
I'm loving the Grand Champ tags that they're all rocking right now. As we see a demo come out right early.
Big demo opening the field up, but Phoenix able to relieve some pressure playing that away as Hosky comes in, isn't able to get the greatest of touches, but Spongy with a good cut onto the ball, not too much boost, does try to go for the ground pinch, isn't able to get there now. Spongy maybe a little bit too far forward, Slahikab's blocking the F1 car, which you don't usually see these kind of gameplays, and gets killed by Yummy for it. But Orcus now trying to come forward. Good bang towards net. Good save from Awolf as he now tries to bring it forward. Yummy maybe a little bit out of position, but Phoenix able to get back. Puts it on his own crossbar, and Mischief take the first goal of the series.
Well, I think that was just a little bit of an overcommitment there. Perhaps retribution, someone was chasing down another person for those demos. Perhaps they didn't like the F1 car, who knows what it was. But at the end of the day, Mischief is up 1-0 here, and now Mischief has to trail, or is chasing the rest of the game. They are already layering on shots as Orcus, I think, has just put up 2 more. Bungie just deked that his man out, and now he's up for a solo play, trying to make a little bit of space. Redren was able to not control it the way he wanted to, but he's able to get a second touch, and it just goes right to Awolf, who gave it away quite quickly. Whiskey's up early trying to predict where the ball is going. Awolf missed the descent rotation demo, and Whiskey is on it one more time to move the ball down the field. Yummy's trying to collect himself, trying to get a double touch here to move it a little bit more forward. For those of you who didn't know, Not Phoenix is live on Twitch apparently, as his tag would remind us not to watch the RC stream, but to watch his perspective. I'm not sure if that's true. Maybe chat can let us know. Someone can get into Phoenix's stream there and let us know if he's live as well.
Phoenix trying his best to bring it forward, but Yummy is the one that comes out with it. Gets a nice little touch, bit of a pre-flip on it, but Spongy is able to get back on it. Redren puts it dangerously above net, but not to the greatest of shots in the end, as Mischief are able to try and bring it forward. Spongy with a good boom forward as Yummy goes up for it. Bit awkward, but is able to get a good enough touch. Goes for a shot, and it's quite a slow one as Wolf plays it away, and now Phoenix is able to get there. As Mischief start to pile on a bit more pressure, as we saw right at the start, but Redren able to clear that one away as Spongy now in the corner, but Redren
dangerous.
Too much
dangerous!
Chaos. He gets the touch, and the equaliser comes in for Orcus after a bit of a misplay in that corner, but nonetheless Orcus able to come out with their first goal of the series.
I think this just in, we've got confirmation from the chat that Not Phoenix is not live. I think that's quite relevant here, don't you think?
And maybe not too confident with his own play, so wait to see. Make sure the other POVs are on the stream, but now Slayer, it's a bit awkward on the backboard, is able to get enough of a touch as Phoenix tries to bring it forward. It pops up quite nicely in the middle. Yummy not able to get there. Redren gets the touch as Phoenix keeps the possession. As he comes off the wall, tries to go for a ceiling pinch, isn't able to get the greatest one. Player Dab's a little bit awkward on the goal line, but isn't able to clear it away. It's now Orcus starting to pile some pressure. Spongy with a bit of a pass down to Wolf, who plays it forwards. Tries to go for the boost, isn't able to get too much more of the ball as Redren now tries to put it middle to Phoenix, who gets the shot off. Slayer Dab's a bit high, but does manage to get the save. And that's a shot for Orcus on the board, and maybe looking like the better team so far.
Well, you know, those flat car problems there, as we saw, he just kind of got up on top of the ball and wasn't able to gain control. As I'm not even able to finish my thought here, boy, that just got smashed into the corner by Redren to squeak it out in the middle. Awolf completely out of position. I think he was hoping to either collect the ball or have his teammate back, and Yummy got a nice clean shot as an open net. And fortunately, as we all know, and we've tried all the training packs, the open net is the most dangerous net to score against, because those goalposts and crossbar, they hold no punches and they'll always protect the ball.
We saw yesterday in some of Pardis's games here on the RSC stream, the fourth man sometimes for some teams comes through to clutch, but not this time for Orcus, as a Wolf gets that one just below the fourth man in the crossbar and gets the equalizer, kind of just completely against the run of play. Maybe just a couple of mistakes from Orcus in that corner. But nonetheless, the second goal goes in for Mischief, as we're now looking at a tie game with just 1 minute 22.
No! Oh no!
Maybe a kickoff goal as Slayer Dubs gets it. 3-2 now, 1 minute 19 on the clock, and Mischief have just gone from 2-1 down to 3-2 up, and looking very, very different going into the last bit of this game.
What just happened? The last minute and a half, I feel like the whole game just fell apart and flipped on its head there. I always say that kickoffs are the most dangerous because everyone is in their most vulnerable state for boost and ball possession. It's just an absolute question on where anything's going. Whiskey's trying to collect it out of the corner. He might have wanted to slow play that a little bit more because his teammates, Awolf and Spongy, were both ready for an outplay. Unfortunately, he was not able to get the touch he wants it, as Orcus does a great job of defending themselves, and now they're trying to transition into offense as both Spongy and his teammate are on the backboard. Spongy's got no boost, he goes to the mid boost to try and collect something to get ready back for defense, as Orcus is just trying to lay on a little bit of pressure here. There's a missed touch by Awolf, a bouncing ball in the middle, but no one was able to collect it. Yummy was trying to get it down the field. He got ceiling checked for defense and not able to move it any farther. There's 22 seconds left on the field. And at this point, if you're Mischief, you just want possession of the ball and run this clock down.
And time ticks away for Orcus now, just 10 seconds on the clock as Awolf gets a nice little touch, trying to still extend that lead as Yummy, maybe with a bit of a fake, not sure if it was an intentional as he brings it forward, tries to play it forward to Red. Red isn't able to get anything on it, it hits the floor. Mischief take game one, and just a bit of a chaos there in game one, I guess, as just players fill each other out.
You know, I didn't even get a sense that whole game on whether one team was really outstanding the other. I mean, it's a one-goal game, so that just goes to show you that I think Awolf just realized that he did not realize he had the. Oh no, never mind. That wasn't him. I thought somebody was commenting they didn't realize they had the F1 car. But as I was saying, neither team really stood out to me. They felt really evenly matched, which for me is very exciting because that means that no matter what happens, this game is so well balanced, and whatever we saw in the stats just hasn't presented itself. There was no big player. Obviously, the points say a different thing. You know, Awolf with 559 points on the winning team, a big person to represent. But when you watch the game, I never really felt like one person had demanding control of the ball the whole game.
No, very, very back and forth. Literally until that third goal went in for Mischief, it could have gone either way. And even up until the last couple seconds, Orcus were on the attack and maybe could have got that equalizer. But yeah, very, very back and forth. And I think players just feeling each other out. This is the first time, other than maybe in scrims, these teams have played against each other as they've come from opposite conferences. So definitely a kind of a game to kind of feel each other out. But nonetheless, both teams back on the pitch for game two. And again, this game really could go either way.
It seems as though the chat is there's a few people out there looking for Spongy, so congratulations, Spongy. You got a little bit of a following there as you're getting a hoorah from the chat there. We're seeing a demo as well already. Unfortunately, it was a offensive demo, but they didn't have possession at the time, so unfortunately you kind of take both your players out of the field on that one. Red Red's going to try and collect it in the corner. Didn't get the pitch he wanted, and Phoenix was on the ball, but not enough before Spongy, who's got a bit of boost, a little bit of space, not the touch he wanted. Whiskey's way up out of position. Just missed touch. I guess we're going to blame the F1 on that one. I'm not sure if that was a Lewis Hamilton disqualification there or not, but Spongy has now collected it in his end. He's going to start trying to move the ball down the field, and Phoenix was able to properly predict where it is, and Phoenix took Awolf off the field as well. Red got a weird touch, I think, off of Mischief there. It made an awkward bounce. and that was just perfect opportunity there for Orcus to slot that one in through Phoenix.
Might and Hades doing what they do best. Demo, 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 and they get that demo, open the field up, get a nice little shot across goal that Avof does really well to save, but sadly not good enough as it's put back in the net again by Orcus as they take the lead again in this game as Yummy tries to bring it forward, still searching for a second as he puts it across to Redren. It's dangerously near the net as Spongy does able to get that into the corner. It's Redren now still piling some pressure on as Phoenix gets a nice little touch, comes down to Yummy, who does manage to beat Slayer Dabs out to the ball as it comes forward as Redren now on the ball. A bit of space as he tries to take it over the top of Whiskey but isn't able to get there. Now Phoenix with the possession. Orcus playing very heavy possession at the moment, not really trying to bang the ball away, which sometimes you see here in Challenger, but it works out nonetheless. Ball comes across to Phoenix, who puts that one away in the bottom corner, and they double their lead.
I think Spongy realized he was last man in that position, and he just chased after the ball. Unfortunately, what another great pinch in the corner. I think that was by Redren again, and absolutely banged it by not Phoenix to give him 2 on the board. There's a little bit of a pot shot there by Whiskey. It's easily saved away. Awolf got an awkward touch there, and it's again in Mischief's corner. Not the position that they want to be in, as they're trailing by 2. Still lots of the time on the field, or sorry, on the pitch there. And Redren, not the touch he wanted, a little bit of a tactical fake. Yummy got a good shot, but Whiskey got the better save.
Piling more and more pressure on our Orcus as finally Mischief able to relieve it as Redren now able to meet up with Spongy, but let's get a shot off. Phoenix again there to save it. Seems like the man of the hour at the moment. So Wolf tries to put it middle. Good touch by Phoenix, who starts to bring it forwards. Does get a nice little touch to keep it close to him, but Wolf is able to get in there. Yummy pushing it back into that Mischief path as Slayer Dabs up early in the Alpha Tower as he tries to bring it forwards. Yummy on that backboard, but Phoenix able to bail him out. He now comes across to a Wolf, he goes for a shot, but well blocked as now Orcus coming forward on a bit of a counter-attack, but Spongy able to get that save. And yeah, both teams now starting to pile a bit of pressure. We're seeing a bit more from Mischief as the second half goes on. As it comes down, Spongy off the crossbar, but doesn't manage to squeeze it in, and that's finally what we saw in Game 1 from Mischief coming through into Game 2.
Surprised I haven't seen a whole lot of passes as well. It feels like it's been a lot of solo plays, double commits like you see like that, and eventually the ball is able to beat 1 or 2 defenders. So there hasn't been a good amount of passing plays. Oh boy, Redren just about got a chunk of that one and made me eat my own words there. But as I was mentioning, I want to see a little bit more passing plays and disruption here. Fair amount of double commits there from Orcus, who's up by 2, I guess feeling a little bit confident, because if you can throw 1 person at the ball, why not throw 2? Here's an awkward touch by Redren, but Yummy was there, able to be in a little bit of a position. Yummy's able to beat him in. Phoenix is up, he's got a couple touches here. Spongy, well done to save it off his own backboard, and Yummy is backing away. Whiskey wanted the ball and the boost. Unfortunately, he got a little too greedy and was deleted for his favor. Phoenix didn't have any boost, and rightfully so. Yummy took the ball away from him, and Spongy, not the touch he wanted, but he wanted to stop the play down and went into the ceiling. Whiskey's able to collect it, and here comes a dangerous backboard. No one's up there for it, and that's an opportunity for Orcus to put 1 more on the field, on 1 more on the scoreboard here. Phoenix gets an awkward block 50-50 into an even worse kind of touch. Yummy smacks it off the sidebar, wants to get another touch, and he does so. Far, sorry, I'm not as celebratory about that one, but I think that was a pretty good deal. He beat both left back defenders, hitting it off the wall, collecting himself. Just a bit of a ghost touch there. Maybe Awolf's got to get a little bit of better ping there, get out of McDonald's, and get a better ISP.
And very much an Orcus battle at the moment as they're bringing it forward over and over again. They're not really too worried about defending, which, as we saw from the stats, definitely shines through from their league play, where they have lots of goals scored, but also lots of goals conceded. As now Mischief coming into that Orcus half. No control on the backboard from Phoenix, but doesn't manage to get enough of a touch. Spongy into that open net. Great save from Yummy to keep the clean sheet. Phoenix gets another save as now he tries to bring it forward. It hits the floor. Orcus take Game 1. And with that save from Yummy right at the end, they take the clean sheet with them, deny any momentum for Mischief, and I think that was the best way Orcus could have finished that game.
Mischief just couldn't buy a goal on that one. That was just insane there. So many shots. We see 9 shots from Mischief, 6 saves from Orcus, so only 3 of those shots were defended by the 4th man. But well done again. Orcus coming out as a bigger benefactor. To me, it was Red Ren that was Yummy that was a bigger factor on that one, with a couple of those pinches in the corner to get that ball around and right in front of the net. Not Phoenix was in perfect position every time to collect that ball, and that made the big difference. So for Mischief, either they got to separate themselves a little bit more to cover more of the field, or just figure out how to beat Orcus's onslaught of offense and break out.
Yeah, 11 shots to 7. There's always the stat I like to look at in these kind of games, looking at how many shots one team have compared to the other. And just Orcus with a barrage more shots, but still holding strong in that defense, managing to keep that clean sheet, as we saw a beautiful save from Yummy. But going into game 3 now, I think this is one of those pivotal games as we kind of look we look towards the rest of the series. And if you manage to win that game 3, it puts you in that match point situation. And both teams will be searching for that as Awolf and Red Rain get us underway, as Yummy is able to collect it, but not good enough as he tries to bring it forward. A bit of a miscommunication and team bump from Mischief now, giving Yummy some space. He brings it forward. Good touch from Spongy. Awolf gets the flick over Red Rain. Spongy now with a bit of space. Awolf with a great demo, and he puts it into that just about perfect placement. The only place that the Orcus defense could not get to was that corner, and Spongy has done perfectly to squeeze that one away. Maybe even an own goal from Yummy, but nonetheless, Mischief take that first goal.
I don't think that's fair to call that an own goal. That was going in no matter what, and that was just Mischief turning Orcus's play on their head and saying, you know, we can be physical too. Absolutely demoed that last defender and opened up that net, and as you said, just slotted that one in with the only spot left. Orcus showing themselves that if they're not playing offense, their defense isn't the strongest. All 3 players piling up on the same spot, no one able to control the ball, and Mischief brings another goal to bring their lead 2-0.
One of the things, if you ever have any kind of coaching in Rocket League, one of the things you'll always hear is go back post. And sadly, both players in Orcus's defense ended up going into the mid, where we see the back post get abused again. Yummy coming across into the center of the goal rather than going to that back post, and Spongy is watching and puts it straight into that bottom corner. They triple the lead up to 3 with only 43 seconds gone off the clock, and compared to game 2, they've completely flipped it on its head.
You know what this means, though, is both you and I are completely wrong for our predictions. we don't stand a chance now.
It always seems to be the way when I get to play-ins. I have a great record for predictions as we go through the season, but we get into playoffs and really anything can happen, and that's what I like about it. But Orcus aren't dead yet, as they get a goal back to reduce that deficit to 2. Still loads of time on the clock, and that's really the answer that they could have come back with 2 goals left to climb. Definitely where Orcus want to be going.
You know, that was dangerous play for Orcus, but this seems to be their style, is throw everything at the ball, crash the net, and good things were happening. You saw both Red Ren, I think it was Yummy, that double committed on that last goal. Fortunately to them, it went in, so they have a deficit of 2 to make up for. Phoenix now trying to return the favor. A lot of tactical whiffs there. Woof, I think, hit the corner of the post and climbed it like an AI, just not able to get the touches he wanted. Phoenix has got boost. He's got the ball, not able to get the goal to finish that one off. Awolf's got no boost, but is able to just play the ball smartly as he moves it down the field. Red Ren is going to control it into his own corner, gets a couple good touches, not able to finish it, and I couldn't remember who that was that took the shot, but unfortunately it was not on net. Awolf is cycling back as Whiskey interrupts that. Spongy tries to beat his last man there. Phoenix has got a lot of boost and a lot of opportunity to make a play there. We see a double commit from Orcus on their defensive play. I think they just don't have the confidence in each other to play defense, but they certainly have the confidence in each other to bang the ball into the net.
Yeah, we're starting to see Spongy wake up. We see a little bit of mechanics kind of shine through, but not enough to get it on target. Bit of a flip reset in the air, but now Mischief coming forward yet again. A big whiff from Yummy on the backboard, but Redren there to help him out. As now Orcus try and bring it forward. A good touch by Awolf, who finds Slayer Dabs, who tries to get forward. Phoenix does well to get a touch, but not enough as Slayer Dabs trying to go for a shot, maybe a big fake. Completely confused with the Orcus defense, who do manage to get it away, trying to come on the counter attack. Awolf into Redren, who only manages to get it into that corner. None one from the Orcus team there for it, as Slayer Dabs now tries to bring it forward. Met by Yummy, which dangerously heads towards net. Spongy collects as Redren tries to put it back in that middle. A bit of pressure coming from Orcus, but not enough really to get a goal, as there never seems to be that second man to put the ball away. As now Mischief on the offense aren't able to do too much. Yummy do really well. That looks like a bit of an overcommit from Mischief as Yummy puts it on target. They get that extra goal. It's now only one left to climb, and this is not what Mischief want to be doing after being 3 goals ahead.
That was just well played by Yummy to keep his wheels moving. He was able to recover a bump perfectly, got off the wall, had the ball completely, and Mischief was completely out of position. And here's Orcus trying to collect another goal off the kickoff. It's a goal line! Squeaker! It's just mayhem unfolded there. Whiskey didn't get the touch he wanted. Spongy thought it was going to go the other way. Awolf couldn't get back there in time as Orcus just again crashed that goal line, is able to stuff that ball past. It's a 0-0 game. We got a minute and a half to go. So instead of a normal 5-minute slog, we've now got a minute and a half slog to go to determine who's going to win this game. Unless, of course, we go into overtime. But who wants overtime, right?
Absolute chaos on the goal line of Mischief. I think it sums up Challenger so well. We see absolutely beautiful plays come through, and then absolute chaos on the back line as panic sets in. Maybe it's play-ins, maybe it's just the mindset of a Challenger player, but Orcus looking for that winner now, trying to bring it forwards. There's a bit of a double commit on that back line. Spongy does manage to get the boost as he tries to bring it forward. 1 minute left on the clock as he gets those mechanics, gets it under 1, gets it over the second. Redren is able to get up to it, maybe not enough, but Slayer Dabs puts it away. They take their lead back after a bit of confusion, but Spongy is starting to wake up, as I talked about him earlier, and he does well to get it through just into a 2v1, and they managed to get that goal.
That was just unfortunate, but great play by Spongy to open up all that space. Redren, very difficult there, didn't have enough boost to catch up to the ball, didn't get the touch that he wanted, and Slayer just had an easy open shot to get to. Awolf, unfortunately, was not able there to reach that pass, and he was a little bit too committed as a third man, and Slayer couldn't get back to stop that. It's again a 0-0 game with only 36 seconds left. I'm not sure if this is even going to go to overtime. And if we go to overtime, I hope it's not that dissatisfying 10-second overtime that all of a sudden the game ends so quickly. Well, there's a demo that Mischief went out for. He didn't want the ball, he didn't want the boost, he just absolutely wanted to lay into a player there. Great 50 by Slayer. And talking about demos, Phoenix took a player out. Unfortunately, Spongy didn't look like he really got a touch that he wanted, but it certainly was enough to confuse the last defender, Redren. Oh, he was up early.
Redren knows that Spongy is quite a mechanical player, so he tried to pre-jump. Spongy looked straight ahead, saw him pre-jump, and just went, all I need to do is get a tiny little touch to play it around it. Does it perfectly, and they take the lead yet again with only 15 seconds left. Orcus really have to be pushing for this last goal as Yummy gets that touch. A bit of a fake from Phoenix, who passes the ball off to Redren. Maybe not the greatest of touches as it ends up in the corner. Phoenix tries to bring it across, gets a pretty decent touch, ends up on the backboard. Yummy up quickly, Awolf there to meet it, and Mischief take that game. And yeah, I said it's going to be that important game, the third game. It puts them on that match point, and Mischief now looking into that game 4 as the favourites.
What was game 1? The game 1 was what, a 2-goal game?
it was quite close. No, it was 3-0. I can't remember.
I think it was pretty close, and then the second game, again, really close. This one was an absolute 3-2. Thank you. So it was 3-2. And this one was an absolute blowout, 5-4. Both teams really suffering on defense, or conversely, both teams really having their offense come together. But either way, this was a very different game than those first two ones. So it really is going to be interesting to see how the next game develops, to see, are we going to make a transition, or is just going to be another slog fest and it's going to be who gets the last goal?
Yeah, we saw Spongy wake up in that game. 3 goals to his name, takes the MVP in game 3. And both teams only really having one defender. The only 2 players with any saves in that game was Awoof for Mischief, and I think it was Red Ren for Orcus. 3 each. No one else on the field with a save to their name. So those two being the kind of defensive players for their team. And with the amount of goals that went in, probably not doing the best in defense. But I think one thing for Mischief to kind of go on to take this series is looking at their defense. We've seen quite a lot of over commits, mainly from Mischief. Orcus has been more kind of rushing or being in the wrong position. But
I, I
Mischief
was
definitely being that kind of the team that need to have a bit more kind of consistency and not overcommitting.
I think Mischief can be a far more stable on defense. I think Orcus is the one team that's going to struggle on defense here. We saw a lot of, I felt I saw a lot more double commits from Orcus on their defense, and that would just be absolutely in line. Can you let me finish, guys? That would be absolutely in line with their play style. As we see here, Mischief, a great job by Slayer to get it out and around. And as we're talking about Orcus suffering on defense, there is another showcase of just how they suffer on defense. But if they're able to get control of the ball, they will make you pay with that unending onslaught, those demo plays. There was a free jump there by Yummy trying to meet his teammate early for the shot. Awoof just got bumped on the back play. Phoenix, I think, sorry, not Phoenix, but yeah, it was Phoenix. Phoenix got bumped forward. So I guess maybe they're getting a little bit more physical to see who's going to be the stronger one. Maybe this is going to turn into anything you can do, I can do better.
Yeah, much more physical play from Mischief. We know Might of Hades are that physical side, a bit of a double coming in from them as they try and bring it forward. But definitely the team that I look to for physical plays across all tiers. Obviously, Senji being the Might of Hades owner, always going to be that physical team, as now they try and go for that first goal. Yummy way too high for it as Spongy collects it in the corner, tries to bring it forward. Good flick over 2 of them, double commit on that one as Phoenix is able to get back and collect it. Spongy trying to go for a redirect, but only manages to find Yummy on the backboard, as now Red Red, maybe that little tiny bit too far forward, does manage to get the touch as Phoenix pitches it forward. Spongy is able to collect it as he brings it forward now, tries to go for a pinch, isn't able to get there as Yummy is able to get that one away. Both defenders from Mischief lining up on that back post, which Orcus really need to take a leaf out of their book, as Redren now is able to collect it, tries to bring it forward on that line, tries to get it over Slayer Dubs, does manage to do so, but no one from Orcus able to collect it. Good 50 from Spongy, but finds Phoenix, who pings it onto that backboard. 3 players up in the air, it's very open, as Redren is too far away, puts it middle as Phoenix gets it back onto that backboard, and Slayer Dabs finally gets it away. Orcus starting to pile a little bit of pressure on.
You know, Chad is starting to call this game is going to end at 1-0. That would mean that for the next 2.5 minutes, we're just going to see an absolute slogfest and a defensive juggernaut from both teams. So we're going to see how this goes down as Yummy says to tell Slayer to get off the ball. Yummy makes way for Awoof. Both Redden take out Spongy. It's an open net! Oh my god! Phoenix collects that. That looked like a flying V right out of the... Oh, I can't talk right now. I can't. You talk. Oh my god.
Great demo from the Might of Hades side. They get that equalizer. And definitely, as I literally mentioned just before that goal, the team that I look to for those physical plays, and they show it with that great demo. puts it towards his own net, but does manage to keep possession. But very, very physical side, and finally show it off for the first real time in this series. As very awkward on Mischief's back line. It's a bit of a ping-pong game as Phoenix manages to collect it, but Spongy is the victor, brings it forwards. Good, another demo from Phoenix as Yummy manages to get on the end of that ball, pings it off that corner, with maybe a little bit too heavy of a touch, but does manage to follow it up. As Redra now in the corner, puts it back across middle. Good bump, Yummy gets that shot towards net, the crossbar coming to the rescue for Mischief. The game stays 1-1. Are you able to talk again, Si?
Yeah, I'm back now. The movie I was thinking of was Mighty Ducks, The Flying V. That's just oh, that's a pinch play. Spongy, fortunately able to read that. He's well in position there. He's got to try and beat two Oculus players. He's unfortunately got no boost. Oh, well, that was very kind of Phoenix to give him the boost to get it back in that play. Yeah, that was absolutely banger of that play. The two demos. Man, that's what I love to see. It's just an exciting time. AWolf is coming through the goal box, clears out Oculus, gives them one back, and Mischief is leading again. Phoenix had to dodge that, so did Red, and Slayer able to beat Phoenix's touch and get in front of that to win that at 50-50 into the net. Sorry, not nearly as exciting as the last goal, but a well done physical play nonetheless.
Yeah, you mentioned at the start of this game, it's going to be a game of what you can do, I can do better, and AWolf proven it with going for the bump. Doesn't manage to get it, but does enough with it to force those two players out the way and basically give Slayer Dabs an open net. But leading now, looking to finish this series, are Mischief taking themselves onto the next round, but Orcus with 45 seconds need to get that goal back as Yummy manages to collect it in that back corner, starts to play it forward, gets the good block onto Spongy. As Red brings it into that corner, not too much aggression from Orcus too quickly. As Spongy now on that wall, Yummy able to meet him as Phoenix pings it forward. Good demo from Yummy. Leaves the middle quite open. Phoenix not able to meet it. Red turns away. That might have been the opportunity that Orcus should have taken. They've got to play over-aggressive now to get that goal. They're out of the competition. 9 seconds as we tick down. Yummy with a good touch. They're looking for the 0-second goal as Mischief do clear it away. 2 seconds now as Red puts it into the air. Yummy keeps it alive as Slayer Dabs now pushes it down into that corner. Mischief take game 4 and the series, and completely against our predictions, go a step further in the competition.
Yeah, that was a great showing by Mischief. Orcus, I mean, hats off to you guys. You put up a big effort, but clearly Mischief just wanted it better. Again, I felt like every player on the field was contributing every single one of those games. There was not really one person that stood out a big deal more than the other. There was obviously some very big, small differences between each player. That demo play, that's going to stick with me for a while. Clearly not enough to make Orcus go to the next game to try and win the series. And Mischief walks away with that one. And now they're still on the gauntlet. They have to play next in another 15 minutes.
Yeah, maybe hopefully taking that aggression and momentum into that series, but standing in their way will be, I believe, Neptunium. So definitely a team to look forward to, but Slayer Dabs taking that MVP definitely deserved. Was a bit of an all-round player there for Mischief. Definitely helping their team to get that victory, but I think we've got to get going onto this next series. Got to get Mischief back in for that Neptunium game. And despite us not getting any predictions, it's always lovely to have to have you here in the booth, Mr. Sight. And I'm sure you're excited to get back in the booth for the next series.
Yeah, I am. My former teammate Tavish is with me, so it'll be good to catch up with him. I played with him. I can't remember the name of the team, but somebody in the chat, I'm sure, will correct me, and perhaps I'll reminisce with Tavish again when I see him. But it was awesome being in the booth with you and going through this series. You know, hats off to Mischief. I think the one difference maker that Mischief was in that series was they were able to adapt. They didn't turn into a one-trick pony. and Orcus just was not able to quite adapt their play style. They kept doing what they're known for, is that very aggressive play style. Unfortunately, Mischief was the stronger team in the end.
Yeah, but they take that aggression into this next series against Neptunium, which will start in just 17 minutes. But until then, we'll leave you with some lovely music, and we'll see you all soon.
See you in a bit.
We're back from the dead. Back from the dead. Back from the dead.
Yeah. Shawty loves it, yeah. Loves that I'm a dog. They don't want it, yeah. They scared of what I know. Told you the budget, yeah. I gotta get my own. Shout out my bros, this right here deserves a toast, yeah. A lot of people back home on my back and they know. Trying to get on my line, cause the people I know. Manifest this here, 7+ on the ropes. They ain't doing this shit, tripping over my flows. Yeah. I'm on the way, tell them I don't play. Yeah, I'm on the move, trying to get my pay. I might just move on and watch and pray. Yeah, I'm on the way, I'm on my way. Yeah. Manifest this here, 7+ on the ropes. They ain't doing this shit, tripping over my flows. Yeah. Yeah, loves that I'm a goat. Yeah. 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 Shawty loves it, yeah. Loves that I'm a goat. They don't want it, yeah. They scared of what I know. Told you the budget, yeah. I gotta get my own. Shout out my bros, this right here deserves a toast, yeah. A lot of people back home on my back and they know. Trying to get on my line, cause the people I know. Manifest this here, 7+ on the ropes. They ain't doing this shit, tripping over my flows. Yeah. I'm on the way, tell them I don't play. Yeah, I'm on the move, trying to get my pay. I might just move on and watch and pray. Yeah, I'm on the way, I'm on my way. Yeah. Manifest this here, 7+ on the ropes. They ain't doing this shit, tripping over my flows. Yeah. Yeah, loves that I'm a goat. Yeah. next to you. I'm always trying to see through your flaws, 'cause I know that you got so much more to give. You made a real mess, but I miss you though, 'cause I can go to sleep when I'm alone again. Say you wanna fix our problems. How long should I be waiting? Feels like I've had too much of drama, but I'm not ready to give in. Feels like I've had too much of drama, but I'm not ready to give in.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed your short break. We're here with another game of Challenger. It's Neptunium versus Mischief, who was able to win that first series as they're going to try and survive the gauntlet. For those of you who don't know, I myself is Liquid Sight, and I'm joined by Tavish, a former teammate of mine. How are you doing this afternoon? This evening, rather.
Yeah, probably afternoon for you, but for us it's just slowly going further into the night. But I'm doing fantastic here. I'm back on RSC, back to cast some beautiful games. First time doing Challenger here. I only had the pleasure of doing Prospect this week so far, so ready to see what the Challenger teams are made of.
You know, that first matchup, Mischief versus Orcus, I put my hat against Mischief and I guessed absolutely wrong. And you know what? I'm doing it again. I'm saying it's going to be 3-2 for Neptunium just because when I look at the stat line, it is going to be a big difference out here. Neptunium looks like such a stronger team. I will say this, Joe, that if Mischief stayed warm after that last series and didn't take that 15-minute break and cool off, I think they're going to make Neptunium for a run. They've got a great chance to be here. This is the last sections of the Challenger play-ins. This is battling for the last spot in the playoffs. So I think Mischief has a very good chance. What I saw in the first series was Mischief coming out a little bit cold, but they adapted and they ultimately overcame. And I think they have just as good of a chance to do that again, but only if they stayed warm.
Yeah, well, you're saying it's going to be a victory for Neptunium. I, on the other hand, well, I'm going to be honest, the team that I hoped was going to be here didn't make it. I expected Orcus to make it through. But I'm sticking true to my prediction that I made nonetheless. I don't think Neptunium has it just in the power to really win something here. So I'm saying a 3-1 victory for Mischief. I do believe that the roster of Slayer, Dabs, Woof, Simsy and Spongy are just a little bit better than Mad Blue, Maro, DK, 2 Blue, Luxu, and Din. But to be honest, it's Challenger. It's still a rank where, or a tier where every player can pop off out of nowhere, have a really good series. And like you said, for Mischief, if they kept warm the entire time, then probably they were still in that rhythm. Maybe they didn't find someone to scrim. Maybe they played ranked. Who knows? Maybe they had some. Maybe they did at least something to stay warm. They still have a lot of momentum, but if they didn't, then it's basically an equal terms here at the start of this game.
That's a fair statement. I'm really excited to see how this game progresses. I think in the first series between Mischief and Orcus, there wasn't really a whole lot of big players that made big movements in that game. Sorry, I was just getting pinged on the side here. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't missing anything. So at the end of the day, I'm hoping that this game stays very much the same in terms of both teams. Every player is contributing. I know the chat in the first series was really hungry and cheering on Spongy. So he's a big man to look out for. So clearly he demands respect when he's on the ball.
And talking about that, let's get all the players in so we can see if we can have more respect for Spongy as what he did in the first series. If we can do it here again, as we're slowly waiting for the players to join to have our series between Neptunium and Mischief on. And like you said, it's the final spot from the lower bracket to make it through. It's do or die for both these teams. Who will make it through, Neptunium or Mischief? Let's find out.
The kickoff is always one that sets the tone of it, and really when it comes down to it, the first team to draw blood and get that all-important force goal, which is 2 Blue Luke 2. He puts Neptunium on the board with a nice sharp angle shot, is able to get over top of Spongy, who tries to predict the angle, and Slayer was not into that back post to cover it. And here we have 10 seconds in, not quite a kickoff goal, but enough to claim the lead, as we now see Neptunium on the board first, and Spongy tries to make a play to get an equalizer here. Slayer is throwing it back in Neptunium's field, and Spongy is up early to try and get control. Unfortunately, is only able to pass it back to Neptunium, and Awolf is up to block it. This has really turned into quite quickly of a game that has moved its paces very fast, and no team is really running away with it after that initial first goal.
Like I said, that first goal, it started so much, and there was an opportunity for a second goal, but Maro hit the ball a little bit too hard, so Luke couldn't go for it. Now look, beautiful air drop and leaves it for Tin, tries to get a shot on target, doesn't make contact. Maro tries to follow up, but realizes he is caught off, and then whiffs the ball, and Whiskey is gonna get the credit for that goal. He bangs it forward in his beautiful Formula 1 car, and then it's just an awkward miss there. That's the thing, you should have touched it. It's such an easy hit. Doesn't do it in the end. Tie game within just the first 60 seconds.
It looked like to me that Luke was pretty sure that his teammate had control of that. And then as soon as his teammate missed that, he was just scrambling to try and make a play. Unfortunately, reaction time wasn't fast enough to turn that into a save. And it's ultimately a goal. So here we are with a game reset at 3:45 here. Bumps coming out by Luke. Spongy able to turn on that. He's got no boost, but at least he slowed down the play enough. Awolf is waiting for the ball in the midfield, kicks it out. Spongy moves it forward. Awolf not able to get the connection that he wanted. Spongy is hoping that his teammate is able to move the ball down the field. Din wants to kick it into the midfield, not able to connect. However, Spongy has to make a bit of a play. Doesn't get the ball high enough. Slayer with that flat card just kicks it away. Awolf is going to try and collect it into the corner. Din reads that perfectly and is able to stop a little bit of this onslaught. Spongy's going to block one, block two, and it kicks off for Awolf to try and chase this down versus Din.
Yeah, the ball's still in the middle of the field. Slayer gets one touch, doesn't get the second. Awolf, a little bit of an awkward spot, but Spongy luckily there to save that shot. Ball still going in front of the target. Spongy doesn't make contact. The Wolf has to save Spongy in an awkward spot, so has to leave. And the Wolf again doing so much work here on the back line to clear that ball for the entire time, but on every turn there's a player of Neptunium just waiting for it to come their way. Didn't try to take it in. Does get the dunk, will not go in target, will not go in. The woodwork denies. Luke fakes. A Wolf gets caught off guard. And then a really awkward moment there, but at least it is saved for the side of Mischief. And now an opportunity here on the other side will not work. Din clears it into the corner and tries to take a little bit of control, but it doesn't have that much success.
On that last little defensive moment for Mischief, I noticed very quickly that Sponge took both corner boosts and left his teammates with not a whole lot of boost left. So I'm very surprised and impressed that Neptunium was not able to claim another goal. Spongy takes two blue. What's his name? I'm just going to call him Luke 2. Two blue Luke 2 is just far too hard to say quickly as a caster, as Slayer makes an amazing save and Spongy is able to bail him out and keep Neptunium at bay. It is a 1-1 game as Slayer is trying to collect the ball and move it down the field. Maruk is just hitting it into the into the ceiling. And what happened there? It ended up beating the defenders here, or just nobody knew what was going to happen, or he fell on the ball. Oh, perfectly. He fell on the ball, and just nobody knew where the ball was going.
Yeah, and if you're talking about beautiful goals, it doesn't matter if it's lucky, if it's calculated or not. Mario gets a beautiful goal there, gets it from the ceiling, gets it final touch. A little bit lucky that he fell right on the spot there, and then did beautiful demo where it gives an opportunity for Luke to get a double touch. Doesn't find the right angle, and Slayer will clear it into the corner. Mario gets the touch towards net. Spongy not the best of players, makes it a little bit awkward. Din up, gets the dunk to keep it in the Mischief corner. Double commit now. Luke gets bumped out, so can't take a shot, but Mario is there. Recovers perfectly. Shot on target will be saved by Slayer. Din infield pass. Luke doesn't make contact. Mario has a full open network and takes it up in the air. Tries to get a double touch. Doesn't find the right angle. It clears into the other corner. Neptunium definitely in the lead here. Not only on scoreline wise, but also on dominance throughout the entire game so far. They have been having the reins in their hands, just showing everyone what they're truly made of against this Mischief roster. And Mischief, yeah, they've managed to get one back, but so far they have been silent.
Well, they're certainly putting the shots close to net, but they're not nearly threatening enough to make it into an opportunity. We have to see something here as Din throws that smartly into the midfield. Blue Luke didn't go up for it smartly, so A little bit of a weird mistouch. It's turning into something. You know what they say? If you don't know what you're doing, your opponents have no clue on how to defend against it. And they were trying for a little bit of that with mischief. And Neptunium is smartly moving the ball down the field, gets a flip reset, not able to tuck it under the crossbar. The time has struck 0, and Mischief is trying to put the ball in the net. They had a chance there, it was a little too high, and it's in the net! We're in overtime, baby! Bungie coming out, first game, keeping it close. Wow!
And it was so close for Luke to get the clear as well, as he was dropping down. The ball was just over his head in the end. And like you said, game 1 overtime. This always promises a lot for the rest of the series, as there will be more overtime or more close moments. But that's also kind of what we expect here, as it's, like we said earlier, it's the final option here to make it through. It's your win or you're out. That's basically what it comes down to. And here a quick shot on target from Din will go in. Neptunium still claim the win here at the end of game number 1. But it was so close, and so many opportunities on both sides to claim it earlier. But in the end, it's a banger of a shot from Din, catch the defense off guard in that 16-second overtime.
I didn't even have time to light my cigarette to calm myself down from that excitement yet. I don't condone smoking, by the way, and I also don't smoke. That was just a joke. That felt like a bit of a tease there. We had such excitement to get to overtime, and then we had this fast goal within, I think it was about 15 seconds there. What an amazing shot there from Din to get the overtime winner. Man, I just felt like we needed a little bit more time to get down from where we were. Yeah, well played by Neptunium to take that game away. Every player on the team walking away with a goal. And I mean, if the whole series is going to be like that, then we're in for an exciting time.
Oh yeah, I agree with you there, Side. It is going to be a banger of a series. Definitely, like I said, if we're going to have stuff like this the entire time, where it's back and forth, and you're going to have a couple overtimes of 0-second goals, then you know all the players are completely locked in to put on the best performance. And if you would look at saves in total, Neptunium didn't manage to save anything, but that's also, if you look at the shots from Mischief, 2 shots, 2 goals, perfect accuracy. Also shows that they were not really the aggressor out of the 2 here. Neptunium had that honor, but still, if you only had to take 2 shots and you score them both, it does prove that you're in control of your attack in general. But now going into game 2, it is going to be an interesting one, because we had that 0-second goal, we had that overtime. Do you think that is going to happen again? Or is it going to be a little bit more dominance from one of the 2?
I'm gonna hope, just because based on my predictions, that Mischief does what they did in that first series and adjusts themselves just a little bit. Because it felt like they were adjusting themselves throughout that series, and they did that final adjustment to get themselves to overtime, but they were not able to get the win. So I'm hoping they're able to take their playstyle a little bit further and get those final adjustments to get this game into a W fashion. I don't know if it's going to be a high-scoring game, though. I think it's going to be fairly low-scoring again. What I would like to see, though, is whether or not the physicality is going to be a part of this game, because it certainly wasn't part of the first game, which is very different from their last team. So perhaps they're still trying to figure out, oh, Maru. Oh, there was an opportunity to do a fake there, and he unfortunately touched the ball. He had everyone beat. Blue Luke was trying to throw the ball into the net and just not able to get hard enough shot. Slayer rightfully predicts where that's going, but not able to get a little bit high enough to get there. Awolf throwing it back into that opponent team. Blue Luke wants the ball again. He's not up fast enough. Maru has to make a save here, rightfully so, into the corner. And now we see Din slowing the play down smartly so that his teammates can both collect boosts and apparently tactical whiff. Maru taken off the field. Slayer thrown out as a pass. And unfortunately, it was not able to be met by his teammate that fast.
And a massive clear from Din all the way into the other side. Maru goes up to the air, doesn't make contact. Din tries to follow up, doesn't have that much success. And now Spongy in the opportunity gets cut off by Maru, who came from behind. And then Wolf gets beat by Maru. Maru tries to get a past one. Slayer denies that opportunity. Luke now in the air, tries to get a past one, does get a touch. Slayer clears it towards the side. Not the best touch, but able good enough for a Wolf to be able to get a touch on it. Wolf again closes it in his corner, tries to get something, gets beat by Luke. Slayer closes it all the way back to the Neptunium side. Maro and Spongy both up. It is a game of back and forth, but here's the infield pass. Didn't make contact, puts it on target, just in front of the defense. And again, Neptunium take the lead.
Oh, A-Wolf, I don't think he saw that play develop and he just dove for the ball. He was the last man back. It might have been a better idea to hunker back towards the net. Unfortunately, hindsight being 2020 here. And as we saw, Neptunium is claiming first blood again. So now this puts Mischief on their heels. They're down by 1 game already. There's a nice slow play by Spongy to take both players out of the play. Now Slayer has to make a move here. Unfortunately, backflips there. Tries to pass back to Spongy, who gets a good touch and is able to take another player out of the field. Spongy is doing a good job with these little small touches and these fakes. He's able to get Neptunium moving. And we're starting to see a little bit more physicality from Mischief. Maybe they're hoping that it's going to end in the same results as it did for the last series. Blue, nice infield pass to Maru there. And A-Wolf unfortunately passes it out to the midfield. That wasn't the touch he wanted. A-Wolf wanted to smack it down the line. And unfortunately, he passed it out to the middle where the waiting Neptunium jaws were snapping at the heels and scored another goal. And now they're down by 2.
Yeah, and it's not the first time that the Wolf had that unfortunate accident. In game 1 he had it as well, where within the first 10 seconds he didn't get the perfect touch, put the teammates in an awkward spot where it was a shot. And now he just straight up passed it to Din, but then was able to take a shot on target. Slayer tries to get an infield pass. Spongy does get a shot on target, but will be wide. And as Slayer follows up, puts it just above the defense. Easy touch for him. And Mischief, they answer pretty fast, but it's not enough to get a good feeling of if Neptunium will break under this, because this was just a beautiful play. But in general, Neptunium still feels in control, and I think even though they conceded a goal, they're not gonna scratch their heads like, oh, we made a mistake. This is just a beautiful team play, and you have to give credit where credit is due.
Mischief really threw himself at the play. He was in 3rd position, and he went straight into the net, and he did get a demo for his effort, which is fortunate, so that opened up the space. Had he missed or not gotten a bump, that was potential for another breakout goal for Neptunium.
And that was a close opportunity for Spongy. That could have been a real equalizer, but just not enough power on it to really make something happen. But now Spongy has boost to work with, does have time to work with, trying to get press 1, flicks it into the air, will go on the post, and then an awkward touch catches a Wolf of guard and the entire defense of guard as well. Ball still in front of target, but a massive clear from Morrow that goes on target. Spongy easy clear to the side, tries to at least get a little bit of breathing room, doesn't find success. A Wolf tries to clear it, Din has to back off, leaves it for Morrow, who gets back into the middle of the field, leaves it in the end for Slayer. Spongy pre-jumped that, hoping that he could get a read of it. Doesn't have success, but it shows confidence on the Mischief side that they're feeling more in control of this series now.
I'm starting to know that A-Wolf is turning into a little bit of an enforcer. He's got quite a few bumps and demos on the field, but he's still able to make plays. He's still able to make great touches and be in proper position. So although that last one that ended in their favor with a goal was perhaps a risky play, his last few demos and bumps have been fortuitous. Oh, what a great pass, but unfortunately Din turned away. He wasn't sure where that ball was going to go. Spongy makes an infield pass, it rolls up, and Maru is able to kick that away. Slayer is trying to maintain control. Unfortunately, didn't get the ball in the position that he wanted and bounced himself off the sideline. Maru got an unfortunate bounce, didn't go where he wanted to. A-Wolf is hunting. We're at the 0-second point. Here's the last chance for Mischief.
Ooh.
And not able to catch up to the ball. So here we are with Neptunium running away with the first 2 games, and now it's do or die. You've got to take the next 3, because any game you drop, the series is down.
Yeah, Neptunium on triple match points. They only need to take 1 more game, and then they're through to the in the lower bracket run of the RSC13 Challenger playoffs. But Mischief is still in the way, and so far these games have been close. So you cannot count Mischief completely out. there are moments where we think like, okay, they can bounce back to this. They can prove some more aggression. And if you would look at the stats here, Mischief 5 shots in total, had to make 3 saves, and then Neptunium also 5 shots, also 3 saves. So it's more equal than in game number 1. Then you can kind of think maybe Neptunium is faltering a little bit, or Mischief is slowly starting to feel more themselves. And maybe Mischief had just in general an easier series against Orcus, and now against Neptunium, it's just... It's a different team, and that's always the thing. A different team, you have to adjust your playstyle a little bit. So Mischief, they still have that opportunity for a timeout to talk, but they didn't want to use it. They were just like, it's do or die. We don't want to add any additional minutes to talk. We just want to finish it here and now as we're going into game number 3.
Mischief, they have a long road ahead of them here, but they do have the talent and the capability of doing it. Neptunium has looked very, very strong with their playstyle. I haven't noticed a whole lot of double commits that I saw in the first series. It's been a very even game, but in the end, we're just seeing these small little plays as there was almost an opportunity to get on the board early. Luke was able to control that one, not able to kick it all the way out into the infield. Spongy, he's dangerous on the ball. He almost gets a pool shot, and Slayer is a little bit deep. Spongy is still touching the ball, just trying to keep possession. Slayer's got it. He throws it past one. It's kind of a dangerous touch, but Luke is able to get a good touch on it here. And Spongy is back on the ball. His first touch gets a little far away from him. He tries to catch up to it. It didn't quite work. Spongy had to get up real tall. That one didn't even touch, did it? It looked like it almost touched the ceiling.
It was close to the ceiling, but in the end it was Slayer getting that little piece. A Wolf here with a beautiful pop-up. And one thing that you definitely have to see, that you'll see here a lot is that Mischief, they're way more aggressive. They're throwing themselves forward as just... I don't know if there's like a good acronym for this, but at least it's not helping them that much. They were so aggressive the first minute, and then the moment they have an awkward touch in the middle of the field and a double commit, Luke strikes and gets again that opening goal for Neptunium. And then you're just thinking, Mischief, you had an amazing first minute. You had a couple shots on target already. 3 shots within that first minute. Already being dangerous, couple good opportunities. But in the end, it's not enough. And here a close opportunity. A Wolf gets the bump, but in the end, it's not enough to get an early equalizer.
Yeah, Wolf has said he's being a bit of a menace on the field, so he's one to watch out for. Is Ken. He goes through the goalie box, trying to collect someone. Here's trouble. Oh, what a save by Slayer. That could have been a nail in the coffin here at 2-0. Slayer is going to meet Spongy. Spongy's going to try and throw it into the middle. Maru didn't get the touch he wanted. A-Wolf's going to get a double tap. He got it, boys! It's a tie game.
Oh, this was so awkward to watch. Because if you would think from a Wolf's perspective, he touches it on the crossbar, so he has to get it on the drop down. Sees 3 players in front of him, realizes no one is going to touch it, so continues. And then manages to put it on the far left side. Beautiful goal there. And that's definitely what Mischief needed. A little bit of a mechanical goal there. A beautiful double touch to get everyone from the defense of Neptunium off guard. And it definitely gives them a little bit more momentum, a little bit more energy to continue in this series. Because, like we said, Neptunium needs 1 more win and they're through. Mischief, they need 3 to even have or 2 to even have the opportunity to talk in that way. And Neptunium is still having the more dominant performance here out of the 2. But Mischief showing us they are not out.
One thing I've noticed about Neptunium is when the play isn't in play, when the play is going on, they throw themselves at where the ball should be or where the ball is going to be as an opportunity. I've noticed that Mischief a lot of the times waits for a ball to miss. What a good touch by Spongy, but not enough to get under the crossbar. But Mischief waits for a play to happen or a mistouch to happen before going up, and oftentimes it's a little bit too late. So they've missed a few opportunities that could have turned into goals. There we see an unfortunate double commit by Mischief. I think they're on low boost now as Din takes a little bit of a walk, not able to collect the ball, and Whiskey gets a back pass that didn't turn into anything bad yet. Spongy is able to clear it away. He's got low boost and unfortunately just picked up that full 100. So he wants to join this play. He wants to be in here. He's able to get the 1 touch, and now A-Wolf thinks the pass is going to him, and unfortunately, Blue Luke put it past both defenders. Slayer's got low boost, but he's got flicks. Oh, that looked like that was about to be a demo from Din, as it was a dangerous defensive
Oh,
play.
so close.
Inside post. The ball will not go in, even though it's dangerous. Spongy, ever so smart, even with low boost, a 50-50, a smart play to Maru. A-Wolf is up, and now here we're into a bit of a situation where they could be in a lot of trouble if this pressure continues with Neptunium on the prowl.
Oh, and Luke so close to getting the double touch there. Had the perfect read, but the ball got cleared just in front of him. And now Spongy flips it into the air, gets it in front of target. A Wolf now able to follow up, puts it on the back, but tries to read it. Doesn't go up. Luke was up very early to get a little bit of touch there. Now gets the 50-50 in his favor. Closed all the way into the Mischief side. Does get beat by Slayer. Didn't able to follow up. Leaves it for a shot on target. Shot will go wide. And now Slayer wins the 50. No one of his team follows up. Maro gets the clear double commit from the Mischief side. But luckily for them, it was a save from Spongy. But still, Neptunium, in the final 30 seconds, they have a good upper hand here to get that winning goal. And Mischief, they're just surviving at this point. I think they're hoping for that overtime so they can get a quick reset.
I would be inclined to agree with you here. Oh no, Din's got the boost and the ball, it's in. That might be the one that seals the deal. That was a great fake. Din goes in. Slayer thought the challenge was coming. He flipped into the ball thinking that he had to block the shot, and Din just pulled him in with that fake, and then he had nothing but net boost and time to seal that deal. That might be the one that ends the goal, the series, the playoff run for Mischief. The clock has hit 0. One team is trying to keep it up. The other team just wants to slam dunk it into the ground. And that's the end, as we see Neptunium claiming victory in a 3-0 sweep. That was a fantastic showing by Mischief, but ultimately their heart is a little bit broken. They were not even able to grab one game, but those were close every time. This game being the farthest from being close by being a 2-goal deficit.
Yeah, and we both I'm speechless at this point, but we both predicted, or at least we're gonna see a game 4.
Yeah.
Like, you wanted to see a game 5 even. I said game 4. In the end, Neptunium won, so, you know, your prediction is like 50-50 correct. But we expected more from Mischief at least. And they were silent this series, if you would look in general, because there were a couple moments where I was like, they were close, they were doing good jobs, they were being aggressive, they were doing their thing. But Neptunium, in the end, shut them down at every crazy point and won. And congrats, 3-0 sweep, you're through to Championship Sunday.
Yeah, like you said, Neptunium, just a stronger team on the field. I think they were just more confident in their ability. It was, you know, I saw, I think, more exciting plays out of Mischief in that whole series, but Neptune was just steady and constant, and they had a strong base, and ultimately it wasn't the wild swings that won the game, it was the turtle. The rabbit didn't win, it was the turtle, the steady pace, the steady defense, the steady offense. It wasn't the wild swinging, hoping to make a big play, and in the end, Neptunium wins that.
Yeah, and with that, we have closed the lower bracket of the play-ins here, but we do have something else that we obviously have to announce. It's the series MVP. It's gonna be Din. It's the end of the lower bracket. It's the end of the lower bracket play-ins part. Neptunium gets that sweep. Din gets the MVP. Close to 1,000 points. 8 shots, 4 goals, 2 saves, 2 demos, 0 assists. He just did it all on himself, and and his teammates basically all did it all on himself as well. But with this, obviously, the series MVP, huge congrats. Neptunium, congrats on making it through. But we're going to close down here for the lower bracket. We're going to continue whatsoever after, well, I want to say a short break, but it's going to be probably 30 minutes. In the upper bracket between Shrine and Feather to see who's going to continue in the upper bracket and who's going down in the lower bracket.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one that plays out. I think you've got the next hour, the next cast as well. This is it for me. I had my 2 hour stint, my 2 series. They were fairly quick, a 3-1 and a 3-0. So just an absolute quick shift for me. I wish the rest of the game for challengers, the rest of the teams out there, good luck. I know I mentioned that the prospect here was the Greg's Cup, the Sausage Roll Cup. That's what I was calling it yesterday, the Sausage Roll Cup. I wasn't able to come up with something witty for this, but it was absolute joy to watch everyone out there. You guys should all hang your hats high. And for those of you wondering, yes, that is an upright freezer. It's probably about 50 centimeters deep as well, so it's about as tall as I am. So it's massive.
Wow.
That's North American. We actually have 2 refrigerators and 1 freezer in this house.
Well, we're gonna close down here in the lower bracket, and you can keep that in your mind that Liquid Side has a massive freezer in his gaming room. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after the break.
When we were so young, I could never see forever. We'd go midnight driving down that lane, pretending the whole world was lame. Why did we need the thrill to be happy? Thought it does, I feel the love now, don't we? We'll go on. Eventually, what goes up must come down. When we were so young, I could never see forever. We'd go midnight driving down that lane, pretending the whole world was lame.
Hold your head high, 'cause you are pretty.
Hey, Mr. Bully, won't you just see right through me? On the dying days when I ask for forgiveness or myself. Hey, Mr. Bully, what you think when you push me out of my own head where everything made sense? Breathing in the lies that keep me open from the truth that keeps me holding on to your lies. What do you think you'll find me when you destroy what is inside me? I'll carry on. Say it's over when nothing's closer to what you're fighting for. Fade away from where we've been. I close the chapter where I'm ripping out my pages. Stop the fire under my skin. Oh, light the blaze again that stood alive for ages. Breathing in the lies that keep me open from the truth that keeps me holding on to your lies. What do you think you'll find me when you destroy
What does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Ooh, can we switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia? Darling, I'm just so fed up with these expectations. They keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa, and if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to see, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a, yeah. Yeah, I've discussed it with myself, and I'm disgusted with the way we're told to have a certain face, a certain weight, because we aren't pixels on a screen. No, we're human, we breathe. Every single thing we see curated, it's overrated. These expectations, they keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, and if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to think, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a, yeah.
You stole my heart of gold after my silver soul. Can you dig any deeper now? I gave you all I own, put you on this golden throne, but I'm a little stronger now. You cashed in on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out, 'cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now.
Never good enough to make it through.
His average speed is pretty slow, but admittedly, he's actually not the slowest player out of all of them. Oh!
I still got so much to say before it all just fades away. And I'll do whatever it takes to make up for all of my mistakes.
The storm that beats the moon, I'm the sun that will not move. Do you think you are? Who do you think you
Welcome back, everybody, to the RSC13 Challenger play-ins, as we're moving now to the upper bracket. I'm Tavish, and I changed Liquid side for the one and only Sporty. So before we're going to talk about the teams and whatever is going to happen, Sporty, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I know you guys got that beforehand. We'll get to that soon enough. I blame Mav. He's the producer. I don't think there's anybody else I can blame here for doing that. Again, great start from us. That everybody got to hear us behind the scenes there for a little bit. But yeah, we're gonna get into, as you said, a best of 5, the upper bracket. So no one getting eliminated with this match, but someone will have to go to the lower bracket. Someone will move into that championship day with an extra life. It will be a matchup between Green Phoenix, Feather, Sanctuary, Shrine, and this again is to keep that second life, to keep that extra life. It's gonna be a interesting match, and it actually is decently close for where these teams are ranking, but it is gonna. But ironically, actually, the lower seeded team in Sanctuary actually have the better season overall.
Yeah, I don't know if you, with the bracket on screen, you can see Kapekli already made it through to that upper bracket. So now we're going to see who of these two teams is going to join them in that upper bracket battle. Like you said, gets that second, or gets to keep that second life. And here we'll see Feather being second in their conference, Shrine being third in their conference. Wins total, not that much of a difference. Feather having 43, Shrine 45. Losses, yeah, so Feather has 2 more, Shrine has 2 less. But then the curious thing is, the amount of goals scored and conceded. Conceded are pretty close. Only 1 goal difference. But goals scored, Shrine scored so much more. So you would think Shrine might be the more aggressive out of the two. And saves are the same. Demos, Shrine being a demo-heavy team. And shooting percentage also pretty similar. So most eyes will probably be on Shrine in this scenario. How aggressive will they be with the goals they can score and with the demos they can inflict on that Feather roster?
Yeah, I like what you mentioned again, most demos, and a lot of it is because of Starman, and you're going to see Starman a lot. He's one of the best at scoring, he's one of the best at making assists, he's also one of the best at demos, so again, expect to see Starman today, and joining him as well is Azza, who helps him lead the offense, also a top goal scorer in this league. He's also got some pretty strong save stats as well. So again, you'll be seeing these guys on the side for this Green Phoenix side. Wyro is an interesting player. He is actually quite defensive. He's got a good amount of assists, but he's also near one of the best at making blocks in front of the goal. So for this, Sanctuary team in Shrine, they don't want to play defense. For Feather, they are a little more comfortable with it. We'll see if maybe Feather's defense can hold out, because it's going to be a tough battle for them if they want to take down Shrine.
Yeah, and like you said, on the Shrine side, Starman, Bozo, and Azza. And then on the Feather side, Wyro having a lot of big impact moments. And for Feather, we already know there's going to be Wyro, Hunter RV, and Matrix playing. But for Shrine, we're still waiting to see the roster who is going to be playing here. on stream to see if who's gonna make it to the upper and who's gonna continue in the lower. But as we're slowly nearing the start of this series, let's talk a little bit about predictions. And Sporty, since you know it's your first time this evening on the cast, so I'm gonna let you kick this one off.
What's it with everybody and making me go first here? You already know that whatever I predict doesn't seem to ever go right. I have a history on this stream of never being able to predict correctly very often, but today I am gonna go with the what would be considered an upset, but I don't think it's an upset. I think I got Sanctuary Shrine going this. I think you would probably agree with me. With a team that has had more wins, even with that lower seeding, I expect them to get another one here, but I don't think it's going to be one that's going to be one-sided. I think it's going to be close and well. And I think that Green Phoenix defense will really show up, so I think it's going to go all the way to a Game 5.
A Game 5, yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I'd rather have a quick and clean sweep. So I'm thinking a 3-0 victory for Shrine. I do agree that Shrine is going to be the stronger team out of the two here. But I don't think they're going to see a lot of games. I think it's going to be quick, decisive, 3 games needed. But obviously, with the previous series, I predicted at least 4 games and then it ended at 3. So now if I'm predicting 3, we might even see more and then you might be right. But we have all players in the lobby. Let's get this series on the road. We have Aza, Starman Bozo and Fireman Oz playing for Shrine. So we have our 6 players that are gonna go on the pitch and take away who's gonna make it through. So let's see who's gonna continue in the upper bracket. It will be either Feather or Shrine.
It will be either one of them in this best of 5. We got Feather, part of Green Phoenix, obviously, very representing the green, and Shrine with the gray here in this one, but it's going to be quite the series. Again, reminder, winner will keep that extra life going into the championship day. Loser will still go to championship, but they'll have a lower bracket matchup against Neptunian, who we saw earlier with their 3-0 sweep. So no one wants to go there, no one wants to go to that lower bracket, but someone will have to, and this series will decide it.
And then Fireman try to get it clear into the corner. Wyvo, beautiful dunk there. Triple commit on the side of the Sanctuary roster. And now quick shot on target for Matrix will be safe. Starman Bozo quick clear into the middle. Hunter RV gets a touch. Bozo goes as a double commits there. Fireman up to the tries to clear to the side. Doesn't make contact. Shot will be wide. It's still in front of the target. Could be a dunk there for Hunter RV, but will be saved and cleared. And then Feather. We've not really talked about them that much, but as some of you know, Feather is actually the reigning champion right now in the Challenger tier. And the season before that, they were also the grand finalists. So a lot of reputation on that roster, or well, not on that roster, with the name Feather. Let's see if they can make it through here. But they have to play against Shrine, also a well-known roster here.
Yeah, and Shrine again have had that season where they've had more wins as Azarn will send it away. Wyro put it back in, and again, I like this kind of control that we're seeing here from Feather, but their offense itself is falling a bit flat here as they just can't seem to find that extra touch to really get through Shrine. And this level, you can't just have good offense. You need to have offense that can break down teams, and it will take some really creative plays to find it as Hunter. Now Wyro looking in the midfield. There he is, that one in front. Oh, Starman Bozo almost put it in, but it will be kept out somehow as Shrine nearly put one in their own nets. They're a little bit fortunate, though, that things didn't go too poorly for them.
Yeah, and the ball's still in the Feather corner. Ozon up, tries to get it past one, gets a dunk down, also tries to follow up, gets beat by Wyvo in the corner. Hunter Arvino, big clear into the Shrine half. Tries to get a shot on target, doesn't make contact. Ozon gets one touch, gets a second touch into the corner. And so far, no team really finding a dominant start here. Both teams kind of testing shots on both sides, but nothing too dangerous. Beautiful clear there in the middle of the field. And ball still in front of the Feather net. But no matter where that ball's going, there's always a Feather playing, just waiting to clear it again back to the side.
Yeah, it is, and so far that defense has definitely stood strong for these teams. Someone, though, will find the breakthrough at some point, and will it come from a mistake? At this point, I feel like a lot of these teams are playing, it's going to take a mistake to do it, or maybe just a demo, or maybe just a great challenge. Hunter RV for the defense, and Feather will get the first of the series.
Yeah, double commit on the Shrine side, and then Hunter RV threads the needle, puts it through. gets that opening goal. 2 minutes left on the clock, so more than enough time for Shrine to bounce back into this one. But it's going to be difficult. So far, they had a couple shots, they had some moments of pressure, but nothing too spectacular. Azael whatsoever gets the corner, I want to say the corner read, the double touch and the beautiful read. Puts it on the backboard, reads it perfectly. It's not going in one go, it has to touch a couple walls, but it goes in no matter what. Quick response within 10 seconds, and it's a tie game yet again.
And we've been waiting for those offensive players. That before that, Starman and Azza only had 3 shots together. That one is number 4, and it is the one that finds the net here for Shrine. You know, they're going to rely a lot on Starman and Azza, and they're going to need to rely on them a lot here on defense because they're not making the touches. 2 whiffs, and Feather have taken the lead back as Azza and Starman both double command in the corner, and no one can find the ball.
Yeah, and there was at least a demo to create a little bit of space, but it was not enough. It still gave Matrix all the room needed to get a shot on target, and he puts it in. Within 20 seconds, we had 3 goals where it was first silent for 3 minutes. Starman in the corner tries to get a press 1, loses the 50 against Hunter. Azak tries to clear, doesn't have the best of touches. Ozan clears it towards the wall. Matrix clears it a long way back to the Shrine side. Azak tries to follow up, puts it in the corner as well. Double commit from the Feather players, but the ball still in a dangerous position. Double commit there on the Shrine defense. A lot of double commits here, and we're still waiting for Shrine to break out of their own half. Because so far they're in a really awkward position. They're so close to conceding a 3rd goal, but the woodwork was helping Shrine there so much to keep that ball out.
Defense Shrine is really lacking at this point in the series. They need to be able to know where each other are. I mean, when you play the whole season together, you expect to be able to rotate around, but they really haven't done that on that back line. There's been multiple points where I've seen players jump into each other as Ozarn will get that one, but it's off the post. Almost a tie game for Shrine, as the one player that I haven't really mentioned about when it comes to offense all that much for Shrine, Ozarn almost got that one as it will be cleared back. 30 seconds for Shrine, and again, they are not really playing all that desperately. This is a team that feels quite relaxed, but you really can't play that relaxed when time is running out for you, and chances are becoming slim as Feather add another. It's 3 goals to 1.
Yeah, beautiful touch here by Matrix to get it off the post. Catch the entire defense guard, and Wyro doesn't have to do much, just touch the ball once and it will go towards the back of the net. 3-1 lead for the roster of Feather, and they're feeling comfortable here. Ozan does win the 50, tries to get at least 1 goal back. Storm both in a beautiful position to follow up, but he gets bumped off. Also tries to get it clear, doesn't make it happen. And a bit of an awkward touch, time ticking down. Maybe a consolation goal to get at least a couple of minutes of momentum back. But so far, Feather just having the upper hand, feeling comfortable, and they do take game number 1.
I like what you mentioned there, comfortable. It is how Feather's playing. They are comfortable, and it's Shrine who, while they're trying to play comfortable, you can tell that they really aren't rotating around each other all that well. There's a lot of situations where they're double committing, running into each other, being in the same place on defense, and they're opening up opportunities that Feather will gladly take for their own. And unless, you know, again, we see some adjustments here from Shrine, that offense is really going to struggle because the only one to score was Azza, but only 5 shots in total. 4 of them from Azza and Starman, the 2 strong strikers for this team, and that's a big concern for Shrine when their offense isn't even getting itself started.
No, and maybe one thing we also have to keep in mind is for Feather, the roster itself, or at least the team itself, has been in these kind of scenarios before. And I don't know if some of these players played in the previous season as well. I know Hunter RV is the previous prospect champion, so also has experience with how the playoffs go. And that if you have that experience, it can help you in these kind of moments. And for Shrine, it's probably kind of new being in this situation. So then I wouldn't call it stream nerves, but play in nerves. Because there's a lot on the line here. Because everyone wants to continue in that upper bracket. Because you have that additional life. So probably for them, it's a little bit of the nerves. Hopefully they were now gone after this game number 1. And then going into game number 2, they have a little bit more momentum so they can continue. But it is just it's just curious to see how this game is going to continue. Because game 1, I was thinking, okay, Shrine, not the best start, but for almost half the game you were in control, and then it just all went south within seconds. So hopefully they can find a lot of momentum here in game number 2. Quick shot on target for Asa, at least a good start, but it doesn't find the back of the net.
Yeah, I mean, for Feather, I mean, you said they had control. I really didn't see that control here from Shrine. I didn't see them take, you know, that game and really ever prove that they could do something with it. It always felt like there wasn't really anybody that had major control, but it did feel like Feather were more in control of their destiny, and Shrine just didn't really make much of the chances that they did get. And it is a bit concerning for them if they, again, that offense doesn't pick itself up, because once it does, that's when they can really take down this Feather team. But for now, they're going to have to be able to find that offense first, and that itself might be a journey that will take too much energy out of them.
Yeah, and Asa here in the midfield tries to get it clear, only finds it towards the middle of the net. Starman does get a touch, Ozan tries to get up. Doesn't have much boost to work with, but enough to win a 50-50. Bozo is up, doesn't make contact. Hunter RV was perfectly reading that. Leaves for Matrix, quick shot will go way wide, no danger at all. Infield pass, quick shot on target will go in. Hunter RV takes the credit, wins the 50 in front of the net. Ball will just float, and it's just like that. The Feather take the first goal.
And I was, you know, as soon as I saw that first attempt at that infield pass, I was going to comment that they definitely could have done it again, and well, they immediately did that. It was Wyro with the right decisions, and he's really been making so many of those, you know, this series so far. Just so many correct decisions, right plays at the right time here to set up his teammates, and again, that is a real team effort. Those are the kind of things you don't always recognize so often. Just, you know, the consideration of where your teammates are. But Wyro's doing this now. He's just gonna try to take that one. Starman will get the save, but already another chance as now at Demo Naz, and again, Wyro playing for the benefit of his teammates as that will almost go in, but another save from Starman. And Feather, again, you know, off of just, again, these so many incredible decisions from Wyro have been playing it very, very well.
Yeah, and Asa there trying to go for a touch in the end, realizing he was not in the perfect spot to go for it. Starman Bozo in the corner, tries to get a touch, doesn't get the perfect one, does get it cleared in the end, and can follow up on his own touch. Wins the 50-50 with Wyro there, close towards the side, only to find Asa waiting for him. Is now in an opportunity to put it in an awkward spot, does have it create a double commit on the Feather side. Starman doesn't have boost to work with and is in a bit of an awkward spot there. And I think we're going to be saying that a lot of times, that Shrine players are in awkward spots, because that's what Feather is doing in general really good. You're just going forwards, putting the ball on the spot where you least expect it, and then you're just kind of standing there as defense, like, what am I supposed to do? I don't know if I can go for it, I don't know if I'll be overcommitting. As here, Bozo is waiting in midfield, and then the ball just flies over him and he has to rush back, allowing Asa and Ozan also to get back, but it just puts everyone on those spots where the rotation is not perfect, and then Feather just kind of can get boost and just do whatever they want.
Yeah, Feather really is pushing Shrine back here, but Shrine, they are only down by 1. We know they can get goals. Again, their offense is one of the ones that can definitely be of a threat in this bracket, but right now they haven't shown it as Hunter RV wants a second dribble, gets past Asa. That one shot for the midfield as Feather will chase it down, but a missed touch from Matrix. That one on Wyro will get there, and Hunter RV up immediately. Great follow through from Feather, and the ball is upfield again.
Infield pass attempt, only to find Starman Bozo waiting. Wyvo drops it down, gets bumped into it, so the ball will continue into the Shrine side. Wyvo has boost to work with, tries to take it into the air. Gets it past 1. Matrix already up, tries to go for a shot on target, will be saved. Hunter RV keeping the attack alive, but nothing too dangerous just yet.
He went for that there as well, Hunter RVs. Trying for some special stuff, but at this point, for Feather, they have a very tough decision to make. Do they continue to play defensive, or do they want that second goal? And do they maybe push for it as well? Because it is a risk to go for that second goal, but if they can get it, they basically lock in this game. I don't see Shrine getting more than a single goal in this final minute, if any at all. And we'll see maybe what Feather decide here, if they want to play defensive, if they want to push up. Right now, it feels like they want to play aggressive, but give them a few more seconds, give it a little bit of time, and maybe we'll see their minds change here as this game is nearing its end.
Yeah, final 40 seconds. Matrix gets a long clear, tries to find Wyro, only to find Ozan winning the 50-50. Starman Bozo up, tries to get a clear into midfield. Hunter RV waiting to clear it back. Asa doesn't have boost to work with, leaves it for Starman Bozo to put it in the corner. Asa tries to get the infield pass, almost gets past 1. Wyro gets the clear. Ozarn waiting for an opportunity. Final seconds slowly nearing, and every opportunity for Shrine is fading away.
And Wyver with that dunk, just trying to slow things down, but there's still maybe a chance for one more attack. And Asa, oh my goodness, what a shot! Asa through the midfield. That redirect was going only one place, and that was the top right corner.
Yeah, beautiful pass from Starman Bozo into the middle. Asa waiting, had more than enough time to take a good look at how he wanted to do it. Puts it, like he said, in the top corner. 6 seconds left on the clock. Feather, big clear, try to get a late goal to really take the win here in game number 2 and go to triple match point. Ball will touch the ground. Game 2, overtime.
You know, this Feather team that was feeling pretty relaxed this whole game, and they've done well to really slow down Shrine, but they stopped really worrying about that offense at the end of the game. They now need to get it back, as it is, again, that their opponents here in Shrine are just trying to kind of recover, get an offense that is actually going to be one that can be feared, and maybe that's a chance. It's a big mistouch, and Asa is waiting. A misplay by Feather. They were in the right position, and for the first time in this series, they're the ones who misrotated. They're the ones in the wrong position, as Matrix and Lyro not on the same page.
Oh, this was so unlucky. Feather has been in control for almost 10 minutes straight. And then when they go into that overtime, they make a simple mistake like that, and you throw away your opportunity to go triple match point. Because now we went from a best of 5 back to a best of 3. Only 2 wins needed for one of the 2 sides to really pull through here. And I want to say, Shrine, you did good in this game, but it was such a messy game. From the start, Shrine was not playing to their full potential, and then one goal from Asa just changes everything, and in overtime they take it away. And then if you look at stats, 10 shots for Shrine, 6 shots for Feather, 6 saves for Feather as well, and 5 for Shrine. So a little bit more of a game than what we expect based on the stats.
Yeah, and I would be a little bit worried for Shrine, because I don't know, how they will continue winning if they play like this. Their offense still hasn't found itself yet in the series. It hasn't been that offense that I think may have come to expect from them. The offense that has outscored this Feather team by I think around 40 goals in total. So unless they can, find some sort of something to work with, I'm a little worried for Shrine's offense in the future, because they did rely heavily on Asa to get really his own chances in that game.
Yeah, and now we're gonna see here in game number 3 who of these 2 teams can take the upper hand. And so far it's gonna be Feather always scoring first after the kickoff. 3 seconds needed. Wyro opening goal.
For Wyro, he wants to prove that mistake he had in game 2, where he was caught in that corner in the overtime, won't be recreated, won't happen again, and it's a great start for him right off the kickoff, putting one in, putting all those Green Phoenix fans at ease.
Ozarn tries to get a touch past one. Not the best of opportunities there. Matrix clears it back into the Shrine side, only to find Asa gets a little piece. Hunter puts it up into the double commit, but a beautiful dunk there from Hunter RV to keep it in the Shrine side. Keeps the offense for Feather alive. Now Hunter, quick shot on target, almost catches Starman Bozo off guard, but will be saved in the end.
And this one cleared away as Feather just looking to take this one higher up in the air, trying to maybe put the boost now as more of a factor in this game, as they're trying to force Shrine to challenge the ball, but what they haven't been able to do is actually get those boosts and take them away. Shrine can definitely recreate this defense if their boosts are continuously left open. Feather trying to move in slowly, trying to squeeze away the options, and here's a shot, and it will be in. Matrix from right in front of the net, and that is one he won't be missing.
Yeah, beautifully done here. Wyro winning the 50 towards the wall. The ball pinches kind of back towards the middle of the field. The Matrix was there. He realized everything he had to do. Just take one touch towards the target and will most likely go in, and it worked. Feather 2-0 up, 4 minutes left on the clock. More than enough time to put in more goals, and also more than enough time for Shrine to bounce back. But when Matrix playing like that, where you can basically outplay the entire team, you know something is wrong. Beautiful team play attempt there. Hunter almost getting the 3rd goal needed, but it was saved just in the final second, and they have to start again with their offense.
Feather Again, doing well to really dictate the speed. That's a good shot from Azza, and again, he's been really the only player I've seen from Shrine that is making strides up in our offense to, make, this Feather team actually work for some of their saves. I haven't seen enough from Ozar, and definitely not enough from Starman, who, I mean, he's a heavy demo player, he's a heavy assist player, and he's a heavy goal scorer, and yet I haven't seen any of that from him as, oh, what a shot! Oh, what a goal! Hunter RV quickly on the net, and that was so fast, nobody from Shrine could react.
As I tried to get a pincher, Hunter just gets one touch. Starman jumped a little bit too late there, and Hunter putting the third goal in. All 3 players of the Feather roster getting credit for a goal now. Beautiful show here from the guys in green. As they're nearing here for the 4th goal, Matrix, good opportunity. Hunter goes for the follow-up, tries to get it past 1, almost gets past 2, but will be saved by Starman Bose, who tries to now take a quick shot on target. Doesn't find the right angle, does dunk the clear attempt. But again, the Shrine, it's not pretty what they're doing, and it's also not working. But at least they're throwing everything that they have forward to this Feather side.
Been improving that offense steadily over time, but it still isn't enough. This progress is just too slow here from Shrine. It's just too predictable, and and even so, it is just not going to work. And unless they can maybe pick up the pace or find something different about offense that they can work with, this is a Feather team that has no issue playing against this style, because this is a style they work well against. As Matrix, he went for the boost there, a bad decision. Zaza now gonna make him pay at 1 in front. Starman Bozo, and that won't be on target. And it will be Feather who will get another clear and prevent Shrine from getting another second opportunity.
Yeah, Fireman up into the air, gets a flip set past 1, gets a dunk onto Wyro, but was just in an awkward spot, so the ball didn't go anywhere. Opportunity for Shrine to take a shot, gets cleared all the way back to their side. Fireman doesn't have what boots work, gets past 1, gets demoed, and then an awkward touch for Starman Bozo is an own goal. It was such a lucky this. Wyro gets 1 touch to the wall. Starman Bozo tries to get it, I think a touch all the way into the far post so that he had time, and then just redirects it beautifully into his own net. Beautiful fill there. Sadly, that it's gonna cost you the game here.
Yeah, it might be the goal that kind of ends things in game 2. And I mean, there's still 2 minutes left. Technically, the comeback is very possible here for Shrine, but I mean, I just have to say, I mean, Feather just don't look like the team right now that is going to be losing a 4-goal lead. We have this amount of time left, and what also hurts about that goal from Shrine is a mistake we've seen them make before. It's just 2 players in the same position, Azza and Starman in the same place, so kind of ran into each other there and crossed ties and just couldn't get out. You saw both of them up too high up the field. No one protecting the nets, and again, it's mistakes like this that are really hurting a Shrine team that has had an overall successful season. But here comes Azza. It will be 1 for Shrine as they are able to force Feather into some awkward saves. Wyro specifically forced to have to make 1 right in front of his goal, but it won't be enough just yet. They need 3 more, and there's only 77 seconds to do it.
Yeah, and Starman Bozo being a nuisance in front of net, making sure the ball was still there and that the defense was nowhere to be found. And Azza has a quick shot on target and gets that first goal that they so desperately need. Azza tried to make something happen here as well, but no luck so far. Ozarn up, wins the 50-50. Hunter RV up to the air, gets 1 touch, tries to get a second one, doesn't make contact, but leaving it in the Shrine side kills a lot of time. And that's one thing that Feather will be definitely doing, is just kill as much time as you can. Ozarn tries to get for the drop down shot, doesn't make contact. Someone both goes for a shot, finds Azza, finds a shot on target in the end, but it was so soft. It was an easy clear for Hunter.
It was not hard for them, and Feather again. I said that this is not a team that's going to be giving up a 4-goal lead anytime soon, and I think that they have definitely proven my point correct here. Again, with just the consistency that they're working with. It just feels like one team is awake today, one team isn't, and Feather are just going to continue what they're doing, and this is just, again, a great game too. You know, game 1, maybe a bit shaky, a bit, kind of questioning, what Shrine was going to bring at times. Now in game 2, they're a lot more confident, a lot more sure of themselves, and you can see it translated on the field here with how they're playing. They are now at a chance to potentially enter this game in a sweep and move further on to the upper bracket.
Well, it's only game 3. We need 1 more since it's 1-1 in this story.
Sorry, 3-1.
You were a little bit enthusiastic there, but Feather is on double match point right now. They're 2-1 here in this series. They can take this entire series in game number 4. And with the way they've been playing this game, I do think it's gonna happen like that. Because they felt comfortable, fully in control, and Shrine did nothing to stop them.
Yeah, my apologies on that. Yes, you're right. I meant to say 3-1 there. And yeah, Feather, again, they look like a team that's just way more comfortable. The only loss going into game 2, and Shrine had Azza pop off. And again, another game where Azza has a decent performance. 1 goal, but still, it's just not enough. Shrine just haven't brought an offense to this series. And, well, their defense may have its strengths. It just feels like there's just too many problems here for Shrine. Their offense isn't explosive like it should be, and their defense, it's players stopping over each other, and it's a style that Feather are perfectly fine with. They're gonna control this game as best as they can, and right now, the best they can do is very, very good because Shrine really don't have an answer.
No, they definitely don't. And now if you're just gonna be thinking about game 4 that's gonna happen, will it be another Feather dominance? Will Shrine bounce back and force that game 5 scenario? We don't know. I want to say that this is going to be fully Feather being dominant yet again. But I have no clue. This is so difficult. And I want to say we're going to get game 4 right starting. But there's one of the players kicked temporarily. Probably a connection issue. So we'll have to wait a little bit. But I'm going to ask you, Sporty. What do you think is going to happen here in game number 4? Because we can speculate a lot, but I want to hear your brain thinking here. What do you think?
Well, I mean, right now, yeah, I could definitely agree with you. Feather have been looking like that way more dominant team, and if they can get a good start, if they can get 2 goals, I think it's going to be all over. I truly do. I don't see Shrine, winning this game if they get off to a start as bad as that. But again, we'll have to see. Shrine still haven't really brought their A game today, and well, there could be a chance maybe they can come back here into game 4 and get another win like they did in game 2, one where it was close, where it was really, really tough. But I need to see a lot more here from Starman. He's just not been active yet, and I think that's really Shrine's key to success is to see what's happening with Starman and Bozo and actually have him play like he usually does.
Yeah, it is going to be interesting. See if Starman can bounce back here in this game because they need him so badly. And Ozan and Azad are doing a lot, but it's not really a team effort so far. But luckily, we have all 6 players ready to go. Game 4 underway. It is double match point here for Feather. They can close it out or they can go to game number 5. It all depends on how Shrine is going to play and how this first minute goes. Matrix tries to get it clear there. Starman Bozo tries to get it clear all the way into the other end. And this game is going to be difficult to call, but this game is going to surprise us all. I know that one for sure.
Well, we'll see if it does that. Really the surprise for me would be if Shrine can get Starman Bozo to have an elite performance. Right now, though, they are doing well, getting the offense. Starman's definitely getting involved as Azza. Oh, what a second touch. That's almost gone under the bar. Again, Azza has been actually having a pretty decent game for himself. Unfortunately, though, the offense isn't built on one player. It's built on multiple. And Starman Bozo, while he has been involved, it's going to take those key moments that's really going to define how he's going to play here nearing the end of the series.
Yeah, big clear here. Azza tries to go for the read.
Oh!
Does drop it down. Beautiful play here. Banger of a clear. Azza jumped early for it. And then managed to get that little piece of the ball so it drops down on the bottom corner. And Shrine, for the first time, score first.
Great shot there from Shrine and Azza. I mean, who else to score other than Azza, who's been, again, really the only player I really could, give real great praise to here on the side of Shrine. But, hey, it's a goal. They'll take it. It's a great shot from Azza. He's had a couple of those this series. I mean, I remember, again, that Game 2 redirect, that was incredible. And again, Shrine, again, Azza is showing that on Shrine, he can definitely make some magic happen here, and they might need a lot of it if they want this game 4. But as I said, they need to come to a good start. So they got it here now. Can they continue it?
Yeah, only time will tell. Azza infield pass. Hunter RV leaves it for Wyro. Starman in the corner. Tries to stick it short. Does get it past 1. Doesn't have much boost to it, so just takes his time to really do something. Kills a little bit of time as well so they can enjoy their lead a little bit longer. Asa tries to get it past 1, almost gets past 2. Double commit there. Starman Bozo tries to get it into the middle of the field, only to find Wyro in the corner just waiting. Ozarn now in control, takes it into the air, tries to get it towards the middle as well. No luck. And so far in this first 2 minutes, Shrine being the more aggressive of the two, but I wouldn't count Feather out just yet.
No, you can never count this Feather team with how they've been playing today. You can never count them out with that kind of performance, as we know that at any point they can show up. But oh, what a save! I thought that was gonna go in, but it does somehow stay out as Matrix can't get it. Wyro, not a very good touch, but he somehow gets that one there against Starman Bozo. Hunter RV and Feather just getting stuck in their half. They're trying to control this one, and they're just not getting the time to do it here because Shrine is willing to play up a little higher, a little bit faster, and that is taking away a lot of options here for Feather, who want that ball and who want to more specifically dribble it out, as no offense really to show off. 0 shots, and now this one in. It's Ozarn, and it's 2 goals to Shrine.
And where we've just had Shrine not be the dominant force for 3 games in a row, they start this game with a banger with just 3 minutes in, and Shrine is 2-0. A beautiful shot from Aza on the first one, and then the second beautiful goal from Ozarn. And then we talked about it in the previous game, we don't see Shrine as rostered to bounce back and just score a couple quick goals. But do we think Feather can do that? Because now they have to do that to be able to finish it here.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of confidence in them. We haven't been able to see them do this though, and I think it's going to be really tough for them to get that comeback. They're not a team that's used to this position. They're not a team that's played in this position often, and well, we'll see how they can do it. But it's a kind of new territory for them in this series, and that definitely is going to be a bit scary and probably slow them down, as it's Starman who makes it 3, and Shrine who just continues the scoring. And well, this is a team we haven't seen yet this series.
No, and everyone on the Shrine side has now scored a goal. 1:37 left on the clock. More than enough time for Feather to at least get 1 goal so they can have some momentum. But with the way this is going, it might look like a game 5. I'm not afraid to call this one early, because Feather, so far, they're not silent, but they just not in the right mind as they have played in the previous 3 games. They're kind of missing just that little bit of oomph to really make it forward. And Shrine, they're probably realizing we don't want to go to lowers, we want to stay in uppers.
Yeah, especially with the season they've had so far, especially with them again having that better record, even as the team that came into the group as the 3rd seed versus who came out as that 2nd seed out of the other group. But we will see if maybe Feather can get something, at least in this final minute. Maybe they can. But again, this is a great performance from Shrine. Definitely a surprise here, because Feather weren't ready for Shrine to be able to play better than they have done before, and yet here they are doing it. Maybe they've finally woken up to the risks that are here if they do go to that lower bracket. It is not a place you want to be. And with Neptunian again waiting for the loser of this matchup, that is a matchup, well, both these teams would be the favorites in. You don't want to take that kind of risk if you don't have to.
Yeah, true. Rather safe than sorry, that's what they always say. And so far, Shrine is definitely going for that option. They're throwing everything forward, they're not overcommitting as much as they did in the previous game. There's still a couple mistakes here and there, but Feather is not punishing them just yet. As a beautiful pop here to give Ozan an opportunity. He didn't have boost, but that's an infield pass. Starman Bozo puts the shot underneath. 4-0 lead.
Yeah, just again a great performance here. This is the first game from Shrine where I really don't have much to say that's bad about them. This is a team that's improved, that's brought it here, and they've definitely surprised Feather, and well, they're guaranteeing that we're going to have to go do one more game in this series to determine our winner. And now, well, Feather are the ones who won last game very well. This game now is Shrine who's brought the great performance, and it's Shrine who will look to try to do it again. It's to take game 5 and to take the series. Surprising even me with how they've been performing, because before this game, we all kind of predicted that Feather were just going to repeat what they did in game 3.
Yeah, that's kind of what we were thinking. But now Shrine, they probably with a little bit of extra time they had to talk, they made a new game plan, or they adjusted their game plan just a little bit. And then if you would look at the stats here, 9 shots in total, 4 saves, 4 goals, and a Feather only 4 shots, 4 saves. So Shrine outshooting Feather by a long shot. and that shows that they're comfortable here in this game number 4. But now we will go to a game number 5. And Sporty, I'm gonna ask you, is Shrine now the top dog out of these two, or is this just a lucky game and will Feather bounce back?
I know. I see this as being Shrine have now regained. They've taken that. They've come back. They've really taken maybe some advice, maybe some personal advice. Who knows? And have definitely made improvements. But well, we'll see if they can do it here. Going into game number 5, the final game of the series to determine who will stay in the upper bracket and who will go down to lowers.
Yeah, the final game of this series, the final game of the night. We're gonna see who is going uppers, who is going lowers, and I want to say this one is easy to predict, but it's game 5. You never know what's gonna happen. One of the two teams can pop off, one of the two teams can completely falter, or we're gonna see a game 5 overtime golden goal scenario. Only time will tell, but within these 5 minutes, we're gonna see who will go where.
Yep, we'll see. Regulation has started. It's Feather who again has had that great start of this series. Couldn't produce in game 4 as Shrine have improved. And for Shrine, they're just going to need to do more of that. And one thing I liked about Shrine last game, every single goal they had an assist. Had someone who set up the play as well for the team. And for Shrine, that kind of teamwork is what will allow them to really take down Feather if they can reproduce it.
And then Wario there in the middle of the field being annoying, clearing the ball so Hunter could take a shot. Hunter, whatsoever, in the corner was denied. Matrix infield pass, no one to follow up. Does give the ball to Ozan to take a quick shot on target. Wario has to clear. Wins the 50-50. Defense is nowhere to be found. If he can recover in time, he has a shot on target and does. Bumps the final defender as well to make sure no one can save it. And Wairo scores first.
Yeah, there's great persistence there from Wairo to fight through that midfield. I mean, that is a tough play in front for Shrine. I mean, they're putting multiple players on that challenge. But it's Wairo who just gets around them all. Again, such a smart push. And that is one goal for Feather that they'll be taking here. But Shrine looking for an immediate response right off the kickoff.
And ball now is still in that Feather side. Shrine really looking for a quick equalizer. Wins 50-50. Matrix, a little bit of an awkward touch, puts the ball in front of his own net. Starman Bozo up already, gets the equalizer.
Yeah, and this is again one of those situations where it just isn't what you wanted, and Matrix just caught in the wrong place at the wrong time, bumps right off of him, and that is a tie game as Starman Bozo has again improved out of last game. Well, he won't be missing from that distance, that's for sure. You could put that ball in front of that, and I don't think even a Gold would miss it, and I can tell you this is a little bit better than Gold gameplay.
Yeah, and so far, early equalizer. Aza tries to get it clear, does win the 50-50, ball still in the middle of the field. Matrix does get it past Starman, but leaves it so Ozan can follow up. Has boost to work, tries to stick it in the air, only to find Wairo winning the 50-50 against him. Aza not the best touch there, quick shot on target, will go wide. Lucky Shrine, so they don't have to do that lot of defensive work. But making mistakes like that is not gonna help you, definitely not in a game 5.
No, and again, we've always talked about that. Defensive organization has really not been there for Shrine. Last game, they didn't have to worry about it because their offense was playing so well. But this game, they will have to worry about it. It's tied. They haven't taken a huge lead yet. Their defense will be important to them taking the series or not. And well, they have to have better organization than that if they want. As a pass in front, right to Fireman Ozarn. Shrine will lead by 1 as it's Asa with the assist.
Beautiful infield pass, cuts it underneath Wairo, and then it's an infield pass to a quick shot towards the back of the net. Beautiful gameplay from the players on Shrine. That's what we've been missing from Shrine this entire series, and they're showing it here now on the most crucial of moments.
They still have to do it again. They're only leading by 1, and I mean, we've seen Feather. They can definitely push, and they have been doing pretty well this game at getting themselves upfield, but it's another great stop from Azza. You know, taking a bit of a sit back there as that one given straight to Starman, and that's the last person you want to give the ball to. Wybo has just doomed himself in that play with that first touch.
Yeah, and then it's an easy touch for Starman to put it towards the back of the net. 3-1 lead, still half the game to go, so more than enough time to see what's truly gonna happen here. Asa winning the 50, but no one able to follow up. Hunt towards the backboard, tries to at least make something happen. Doesn't have that much success. Matrix infield pass Wario tries to fake, still in control, so can take it into the air, but doesn't have boost to work with. Then double commit on the shrine side. Asa still in control there, as Matrix puts on the backwards, has the double, but doesn't have the ball.
We'll see. 2 minutes left. Feather, do they have anything left? This game has gone on, and again, it feels like the last one, but they haven't been able to get much offense, but with the chance they have, they can definitely make them matter as Matrix Hunter RV with a dunk. But Starman through the backfield, and it is Wyro jumping for it. Starman off to Wyro. And a chase after it. Starman will be there. Back to Azza and Shrine, just keeping the ball away, keeping Feather chasing after them. And that's going to be a game plan that's going to be very taxing on Feather's resources.
Yeah, Starman in the middle of the field. First get a pressed one, doesn't have that much luck. Wyro now trying to find the infield pass, does find the infield pass. Hunter RV wins the 50-50, not able to follow up. And Azza is back into the corner, killing a little bit of time. As we're now in the final 80 seconds of this game number 5. 80 seconds away for trying to go and continue in the upper bracket. But also, right now, 60 seconds for Feather to bounce back. And Hunter RV does just that. Beautiful touch here, dropping down and cuts the lead back to 1 goal.
Yeah, great there from Hunter RV. He pushes himself through it. It's a bit of a fortunate dunk there on Starman, but he is up so quickly, and he gets right there. And that is what they were happy for. And again, a great touch there, but they'll need another one. Feather, and as you said, 60 seconds, and time's not going to be nice to them. They won't get too many chances. They've got to, take at least one of them and, try to force the series. So maybe go a little bit longer as Matrix drop down. We've seen Ozarn clear. Hunter RV gets past Starman, and no second touch. Azza close to his goal, but he is calmly going to put it in his corner. Now, another one from Azza. No boost though. Hunter RV wants it. This one saved away. Double commit. Bump on Ozarn. Matrix wants it. And it's gonna... With 30 seconds left, Matrix with a shot. And it is the push from Hunter RV that will secure the tie game.
Hunter RV being a nuisance and just bumping that final player completely towards the back of the net. And that's an easy shot. And like I said, 30 seconds, all equal now. Hunter clears it all the way into the other side. Fireman clears it down. Starman Bozo up into the air. Opportunity for a flip. Shot, double commit on the Feather side, but the ball is still safe so far. Matrix not making contact. All the other players leaving it. Hunter not in the perfect position. And an own goal is gonna help the Shrine side take the lead yet again.
Position. Nobody. Jones. Ozarn got the shot. And Matrix, he had a touch there. He couldn't keep it out. And with 9 seconds left, Feather, I mean, they're seeing the series maybe get away from them. The 50. Hunter. Starman going for it. Shrine looking to secure with a double tap. But a block there from Wyro. Azza trying to keep it away from Matrix. Hunter RV wants to keep it alive, but Ozarn trying to get down its Wyro, and that will be faked to the ground, and it will be Shrine who will take the series in 5. And as Sir Pegasus says in chat, I'm a genius! I predicted correct, I've finally done it!
Yeah,
I'm way too happy. I'm way too happy about this.
Pegasus not here. Pegasus does love those moments, and congrats, you had the correct prediction. I predicted a 3-0 sweep. I got blessed with the game 5 scenario. We all got blessed with this game 5 scenario, and it was such a close series in moments as well, where at points we thought, Feather, you're gonna be dominant, you're gonna win this, and then here in the final 2 games, it was just Shrine with utter dominance, showing everyone what they're truly made of. And they will continue in that upper bracket as Feather will go down to the lowers.
Yeah, as you said, again, they're moving on. They're going to be playing against Yamato in that next round, and that will be an interesting match, that's for sure, because Yamato is in that other division. They're that number 1 team, and they're going to be a tough battle, because both these number 1 teams, both these divisions are both really, really strong. So for these guys, it's going to be tough, but it is a team they have played, at least I believe they've played them in the past year, so definitely going to be interesting to play against a team from your own division.
Yeah, and obviously we have a series MVP. It's going to be Starman Bozo, who is going to be the series MVP. At the beginning, we were kind of talking about, yeah, he's kind of quiet. He's not doing that much, but he stepped up huge in the end. So congrats, Starman, for making the series MVP, and bless you, Sporty.
And
So-
I'm allergic to really good players. Okay, I'm sorry. About that.
Yeah. So Starman, please come back more often. We really, because then we can hear Sporty sneeze and just put him in awkward scenarios what we all love. But that is the end here of the play-ins. We had all the matches here of the Challenger play-ins, and maybe we can get the bracket quickly up to see all the teams that made it through. Because obviously we had 2 teams who now made it through to the upper bracket, 4 teams that gonna continue in the lower bracket. And as the bracket is slowly appearing, you'll see Bishop, Kopakli, Yamato, and Shrine will face off against each other in the upper bracket of the playoffs. And Eclipse, Apprentice, Neptunium, and Feather will continue in the lower bracket. So the final 8 teams here that will battle it out on Championship Sunday. Here you have them. Let's hear it, who you're gonna support. That's always a good thing. But at least now we know who to root for.
Yeah, definitely. You know who's made it. You know who's there. And again, keep Sunday, December 3rd on your calendars. That is the day of this playoff bracket. You'll be seeing your winner that day. So if you guys want to see more from this Challenger division, that is the day you'll want to know. Again, Sunday, December 3rd. Our first match will be at 18 Central Eastern. I'm American. That's very embarrassing. Central European time. 18 at Central European time. There. So again, if you guys want to see that matchup, it will be on 2 different streams. This stream and the RSC EUB stream as well. So if you want to see who will win the division, that is when you'll see it again. Sunday, December 3rd at 18 at Central European time.
Yeah, beautiful. So like you said, on the Saturday we're gonna see who's gonna win Prospect. On the Sunday we're gonna see who's winning Challenger. But that is tomorrow and the day after. For now, we're gonna shut down here on the RSC stream. We'll hope to see you this weekend so you can cheer for all your teams. But for now, enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll see you tomorrow.
We've lost track of time, don't know how to feel.